Coin 6 investigation, we are learning Washington County hired an independent investigator to look at the behavior of its top elected official. That's County Chair Harrington. We first told you last month in our exclusive investigation, Washington County is paying out tens of thousands of dollars to Harrington's own chief of staff. This after she was accused of creating a toxic work environment. We also found out it's part of a pattern. Tonight, Queen 6 investigator Dan Tilkin is back with his exclusive follow-up detailing the outside investigation. Plus, Dan, other local leaders who question Harrington's ability to lead.
You know, politicians rubbing each other wrong is no surprise, but these local leaders say Harrington's behavior goes beyond that. One even saying it would help the county if she would resign.
I was one of the very first people to endorse her, actually.
Dick Scouten spent 20 years as a Washington County commissioner, and he says he saw eye to eye politically with Harrington for the 2 years they overlapped.
I think both with respect to her relationship with senior staff, with other people in the community and electeds. She lost her temper, was very disrespectful, and just doesn't have that ability to work well with others.
What Scouten saw echoes what we reported last month, that Washington County is paying Harrington's chief of staff, Elizabeth Mazzara Myers, a separation agreement of nearly $80,000 in wages and legal fees after she accused Harrington of creating a toxic work environment. Coin 6 also discovered Harrington's questionable behavior goes back to the year she served as an elected member of the Metro Council. The Metro president sent this letter to Harrington in 2015, telling her she was creating a climate of fear, hostility, anxiety, and emotional distress. Now Coin 6 has obtained this document, showing the county will pay an outside investigator up to $25,000 for as long as a year to investigate how Harrington has treated county employees. In this letter to the county from Elizabeth Mazzara Myers' lawyer, it quoted a text from County Commissioner Pam Treese saying, "I'm sorry, and please do not second-guess yourself. This is a pattern that should not continue."
We didn't have issues like this in the past.
Scouten says this flyer is an indication of the rift Harrington caused between county commissioners. You can see the county brought in a mediator for team development. Scouten says one of the core issues was this Facebook post he shared with us, which Harrington wrote on a page that promotes women in politics. It reads, "3 cheers for standing up to the status quo. Who's in? The pressure from male elected officials to maintain the status quo, especially to keep supporting the current male elected officials 100% of the time, is very real. Last year, I supported a longtime male colleague challenged by a really good female candidate. Lesson learned." The post goes on to encourage a list of women to run for office before finishing with, "Let's smash the patriarchy out here in Washington County." Scouten says that January 2020 post was at a time when Washington County was working hard promoting equity and inclusion.
Our ability to work well really decreased markedly after she came on the board, and I put that mostly on her.
You know, people are glad, as I mentioned, that your story is bringing to light some of these concerns.
Steve Calloway is the mayor of Hillsborough and felt compelled to speak up after hearing from people concerned about their interactions with Harrington and the ability of cities to work with Washington County. The same goes for Rob Drake.
It doesn't help if you're intimidating people or being dismissive.
Drake is the former longtime mayor of Beaverton and current city manager of Cornelius, and is concerned about how he and his library director were treated by Harrington when they brought her an issue over funding and equity.
And we offered a solution, and it was all basically dismissed. And it was a surprise. That's all.
Was she hostile?
Well, I think dismissive is probably a better word.
She began to give the mayors marching orders.
Terry Linehan is mayor of North Plains and endorsed Harrington the first time she ran for county chair. But Lenahan is one of 3 mayors who held a meeting with Harrington in 2020 to discuss how she was treating mayors of Washington County cities in their long-standing monthly meetings, meant to build collaboration. Lenahan says after the meeting, Harrington's behavior improved, but says there's still friction between Harrington and some of the mayors. This election, Lenahan is not endorsing Harrington.
I mean, you're troubled by what you saw.
I am troubled by what I saw and experienced because you don't treat people that way.
Do you think she should resign?
That I think that it really calls into question, whether or not somebody should continue. And so I'm not at this point saying she should resign, but I'm saying that, certainly that the pattern of behaviors is pretty concerning.
I'm a big supporter of democracy as it is, and voters will decide that of her fate.
I think it's the voters who should really decide.
Do you think she should resign?
I think it would actually help the county if she did. But again, she certainly hasn't done anything that's unethical or dishonest. You typically think of a resignation, but I think there is a significant failing there. So I think she actually would help the county if she did.
So Catherine Harrington is up for re-election in May against Beach Pace, who currently serves as a city councilwoman in Hillsborough. We should note that Pace is being endorsed by Steve Calloway and Terry Lenahan.
Now, Dan, I know that with this investigation, you've tried multiple times to do interviews with the person at the center of this, Catherine Harrington. What's the latest here?
I've tried for weeks. I've sent her specific questions regarding these issues, and she declined through the county spokesman to be interviewed. Now, in our first story about the toxic workplace allegations, she issued a statement saying she couldn't comment on a personnel matter, and folks can read the full statement at KOIN.com.